Alright, welcome back. This is a rundown of your quiz review for your review after section 4.2 in anticipation of your quiz, which is going to be later this week. So most of this quiz is going to deal with substitution. So you can see in this first equation they already told us that y equals 1. So we know the numerical value for 1. Now we're going to have to plug that in to the other equation and solve. So you can see that's exactly what we did. We replaced this y with this 1, and now I can solve for x. I subtracted 7 divided by -3, and I have my x value of 2. And don't forget, the last thing you always want to do is to write your ordered pair for your solution. So x is 2, y is 1. For number 2, they gave us the fact that x is equal to 8. So now we're going to plug that into the top equation for 8. And again, that'll allow us to solve. 3 times 8 will be 24. 24 minus 5 will be 19, giving us a solution of 819. And again, you always want to remember to write your final answer in ordered pair form. So they gave us x was 8. We were able to solve, plug that in the other one, and solve that y is 19. Okay, number 3, a little bit more steps involved, just because they didn't give us a number for y, but they gave us an actual algebraic expression. So now y equals -x minus 7, and we are going to plug that in to the bottom equation. So you can see that I replaced this y with -x minus 7. We'll go ahead and distribute, and so when we do that, we will get 2x minus 3x minus 21 equal to -26. Combine our x's together, so we'll get -x minus 21. We'll add 21 to the other side, and then our last step, as you see there, is we have to divide to solve for x. Now that's not the end of this problem. That just gives us our x value. Now we've got to plug that back into the top to solve for y. So we're going to take this 5, plug it in up here. That'll give me my y value. So -5 minus 7 is -12. Now that I have x and y, again, our final step, write that as an ordered pair. And that will set us up for the last problem on this page. So let me go back up here now. If you notice for number 4, neither one of these equations are solved for x or y. We're going to focus on the bottom one because we have 1y. And so if I add 2x over, I now have this equation solved for y. So now I know that y equals 2x minus 11. I can now replace y in the top equation with this quantity, and that's what I'm going to do. So you can see I substituted out y for 2x minus 11. Very similar to number 3, we have to distribute. So 6 times 2x will be 12x right there, and 6 times -11 will be -66. We can add our common terms there, so 15x. And then we will go ahead and add 66 to 9 to get 75. And now that we have 15x equal to 75, our last step, we can divide by 15 and get x equal to 5. Again, we're almost done at this point. We know x equals 5. We now have to plug that back in to this equation, that y equals 2x minus 11. And so we'll go ahead and do that. So we'll replace the x, and we get 2 times 5 minus 11, 10 minus 11 being -1. And again, your last step, what you don't want to forget, make sure that you write that ordered pair as a solution. Sorry about that. There we go. So write your ordered pair as a solution as your final step. Alright, so that'll conclude page 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at page 2. Page 2, we got a system of linear equations. We're going to solve those by graphing. In this case, both of these lines are in slope-intercept form. I put a red dot here just to let you know that that's the red line and this one's the blue one. So this first equation, our y-intercept is -8. So you can see I went down here to -8 on the y-axis and put our first point. And our slope is 3, which means up 3 to the right 1, up 3, right 1. Did that a few times, and you can see that's where this red line came into play. Second equation, our y-intercept is 7 with a slope of -2. So now we are going to go down to right 1 to make our line. And you can see that these two particular lines are going to intersect right here at this point. So our final step is to label that point, and that is 3, 1. Very similar for number 8. Our first equation here will be in red. Notice this is not solved for y, so I had to move the x. I subtracted the 4x over, and then I divided all of this by 2 to get this equation right here. That's your slope-intercept equation. And so now when we look at this graph, we will go to +6. That's my y-intercept. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. We can do that a couple times. If you want to work backwards, we would go up 2 and left 1. And my second line is already simplified. X equals -2. That is a vertical line up and down. So whenever we have just x in a number, we look at the x-axis right here. Since it's -2, we are going to go to -1, -2 right there, and we make our vertical line. And you can see that our intersection point is right there at the top, -210. So again, you want to graph both lines, and then you are looking for the point of intersection, very similar to our quiz after 4-1. All right, word problem number 9 here. So we've got two shoppers at Piggly Wiggly. We got Bailey, and then we have Tanya, both of whom getting their groceries from the pig. And they let us know that X is orange juice and Y is the cost for steaks. So Bailey bought 2 cartons of orange juice and 3 steaks for $36.77, and Tanya bought 1 carton of orange juice and 4 steaks for $40.86. Our first step, always we want to solve one of these for x or y. Notice the bottom equation, we have 1x. So I'm going to subtract 4y from both sides. And that is going to get me to this point right here. X equals -4y plus $40.86. Now that I know what x equals, I can plug this quantity, substitute it into the top equation for x, and that's what you see right here. And then we'll distribute. So 2 times -4y, 2 times $40.86. Bring the other numbers down. Our next line, we can combine these y's together. So 5y equal to $81.72. My next step, I will move the $81.72 over. Let me fix that there. That should be 72. Sorry about that. And then my final step to solve for y, I'm going to divide by 5 right here, by -5, and y is $8.99. So that's our cost for each steak. Now that I know what y is, I can plug that right back in right here. So I'm going to replace y with $8.99. I will distribute, so that's -$35.96. And when I add these two numbers together, I get $4.90, and that is the cost of our orange juice. And again, final step, when all is said and done, we found y, plug that back in here, got x. Make sure we write that final answer as an ordered pair. If you put the dollar signs in here, that's okay. If not, that's all right as well. But we do know that's $4.90 for a carton of orange juice and $8.99 per steak. Then we're going to get to our bottom 3 here with fractions. Start off with a little addition. Whenever we add, we have to have a common denominator. So I am going to multiply this first fraction by 3 over 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 for 15. And the second fraction, I'm going to multiply it by 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 for 15. Again, why do we do that? When we are adding or subtracting fractions, we must have a common denominator. That bottom number must be the same. When that happens, now we can add. 12 plus 10 is 22. When we have our common denominator, that number does not change. You can leave it as an improper, 22 over 15, or if you prefer, you can change it to 1 and 7/15, but improper form is just fine. Okay, the middle one, again, we got to get a common denominator. This time we are subtracting. So I'll multiply the first one by 2 over 2 to get 8 over 14. Multiply the second one by 7 over 7 to get 7 over 14. Now that I have my common denominator, I can subtract. 8 minus 7 will give me 1 over 14. Our final problem is multiplication. The nice thing about multiplying fractions, you do not need a common denominator. We just work straight across. So 7 times 3 will give us 21. 9 times 4 will give us 36. And our last step with that, we can divide both of those by 3 and reduce that to 7/12. So that's your quiz review through section 4.2. This will set you up for your quiz, which will be posted on Wednesday.